Hey, we made this. Hello and welcome back to CineMortuary, your fortnightly breakdown, and we're going to have a breakdown of all things horror, remake, sequel, reboot, prequel, retroactive prequel, never again video games, and we ain't even going to touch comic book adaptations. I am Dave, and joining me, oh my god, in the same room for like the first time in 18 years, is Rob.
Hi Dave, it's a delight to see your face in person rather than over a Zoom that stops working.
Absolutely, I don't know. And also, speaking of stopping working, I'm out of practice with my awkward segues. Here's Wilson.
Hello.
How's it going, Wilson?
Yes, it's remarkable. This Zoom upgrade, I can almost touch your face now.
No touching.
It's like it's in HD.
Wow.
Yes, we are back in the room for the first time in a while, and tech issues aside, I have no idea how this is going to sound until it goes out, which is fabulous. But it's probably going to sound better than Rob's phone falling down the stairs.
Well, you say that, but aside from the falling down the stairs bits, it sounded pretty solid.
All right, okay, yeah. Fucking hell, Biggin.
I was going to say, that a lot of people are not going to be used to hearing bass in Rob's voice, you know.
Exactly.
Just that whole tinny iPhone sort of
He
thing
doesn't
going on.
always sound like a man that is in the middle of cooking his dinner. And we're inconveniencing you.
Yeah, I mean, I did notice a lot of those episodes did sound like I was in the toilet for an hour and a half.
Yes. Yeah.
Turns out I was.
Excellent.
I've seen your office chair. It's got a flap that you can open up and you just go right there and then.
I just shit on the chair legs.
It's like a Tudor toilet. It's fine.
It's a trench.
It's a dunny.
And this week it is my pick. And because I was chasing the Turdy Awards, I picked the shittest thing possible to sweeten the deal and maybe get these boys to put a popcorn on there as well. I've got them some presents to make this slightly less agonising.
Oh.
So,
presents.
Wilson, you have some Batman Forever trading cards.
Oh, wow.
Rob, you have some Terminator 2 Judgment Day stickers.
Oh my lord.
I was going to get you some Batman Returns ones with a stick of gum, but I don't know how you feel about the Tim Burton factor, so I played it safe, mate.
Oh mate, thank you.
So let's open these instead of talking about the Howling 7.
Yes, damn right.
Which is this week's film, by the way, for those that haven't read the spiel.
Yeah.
No one cares about that.
Has this been sealed since 1991?
Yes, mate.
Oh my god.
These are all brand new sealed. Look, that's... Who wants me gum?
There's like a stick of gum in it from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Eat
my
it.
No. That's gum. That's past the...
So I've got a picture of Batman and Robin looking. This is Batman Forever, but rather in their Batman and Robin sort of get up. A bit less nipples on there than usual, but that's getting quite close to how they'd eventually look.
Yeah, that's not far off. Legends Forever, mate. Yeah, fuck off forever.
Yeah, I've got Two-Face, another one of Two-Face. I've got one of Robin peeking around a whatever the hell that is, a statue, looking like he's perving on someone.
I was going to say a toilet room door.
Yeah. And I've got Val Kilmer and Alfred, and it just says cleanup crew on it, and I've got no idea why.
Can we please get a bit of Kiss from a Rose blasted over this? That'd be great.
Second episode in a row clip.
What have you got, Rob?
So I've got Protector or Assassin, picture of Arnie in his shades there. And there's a description of the sequence where Sarah Connor encounters the Terminator in the hospital corridor on the
That's
back
pretty
of it.
good.
Yeah. The next one is The Refuge, which is a little shot there, and it's a little description of the scene where they repair the T-1000 in that little car garage thing that they had in. Then we've got Saviours of the Earth. Picture of Sarah Connor looking like she's just had a tricky shit. For those in the room. And then we've got Programmed to Protect. Good shot of Arnie there, slightly face damaged.
Absolutely.
And there's a fact about the original film there.
Are there stickers in there as well?
These are trading cards. Oh no, hang on, for stickers. Okay, I don't know if something peels back here. Maybe something peels back.
Yeah, you can do because he's got ice on the back.
And the last one is Hasta la Vista, baby. You better fucking believe it is.
Oh, that's got to be a rare, mate. That should be a shiny.
And it's got a naughty screenshot of the baddie Terminator getting blown to bitteroonies on the back.
That's nice.
We're talking giblets there.
Fantastic.
So yeah, very good. Very good shot. Oh no, there's a peel bit. Look, there is a peel bit. It says peel there.
What does that peel into, then?
Maybe it's like a sticker and you can keep the other bit as a card.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Double usage.
Mine's a selection of cards with a single sticker and gum.
Eat the gum.
So I'm not fucking eating the gum. It's not.
Well, not when he's hosting the episode. He'll spend the rest of it going.
It's already got cat hair on it.
He'll stick to his teeth like super glue or something like that.
Probably will. It's true.
And I know what that feels like.
So that's one popcorn anyway.
Excellent, boys. So yes, my pick, despite much avoidance, was the Howling 7. What's the subtitle? There's two, isn't there?
On Blood Moon thing.
New Moon Rising.
New Moon Rising.
That's the one, yes.
Yeah.
And Mysterious Woman.
The lesser-known Peter Andre song.
Yeah.
Yes. And you'd be forgiven for not knowing it was kind of subtitled Mysterious Woman. You'd also be forgiven for not knowing this existed. It was a fine for me at about 2:30 in the morning watching the Horror Movie Timelines YouTube channel. And yeah, I just sat there in disbelief that it existed, and I just wanted to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it now.
I'm afraid it looks like we're going to have to talk
We're
about
going
it.
to have to talk about it. So this is written, directed, edited, produced, and starring. Is it Clive Turner?
Clive something. Certainly not Barker.
No.
That would be an interesting film.
Yes. We'll say he's called Clive Turner then, and he is a man.
Yes.
He is a man with hair.
Oh yes, he has long hair, and he rides a motorbike, and he's funny. Final thoughts, gentlemen.
Yeah. So it was a film that was made.
Was it, though?
Well,
I mean, I know by definition of a film, it exists. But is it a film?
Well, that's what we're going to get into, to steal Rob's line.
yeah. I suppose we better get into it, haven't we, really?
Absolutely. Wilson, if you just want to blast through your notes for like 5 minutes, like you did in that presentation in first year at uni.
You look like
Yeah.
you've got the best notes, so
Well, I got so bored during this film, I started writing stuff down just at random.
it's not all work and no play makes Willie a dull boy, is it?
It might as well be.
Or Clive Turner and no anything else.
Shall I just read the back of my Monster Energy can as well, since, we're back to the good old days of being in a room
Save
together.
that for the next one. We've done trading cards already.
Fair play.
Must kill Clive Turner over and over again.
He's the only one listening at this point.
Fuck's sake, Clive.
So we open on a town in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, which I believe is called Pioneer Town.
Yeah, it's a decent name for one of these random towns.
Classic
Absolutely.
CineMortuary town name.
Yeah. Shit all with a prospectable name. Is prospectable a word? It's not quite called Hope or Lost Haven or anything appropriate, or Paradise of Perfection.
Perfection.
Yeah, I believe that is the actual town's name, though. Not the only thing belonging to this actual town that we're going to encounter either. And we see a skeleton.
Skellington.
Is that correct?
Yes, we
That is
do,
correct, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and a couple of men just stand over it like, yeah, that's a dead body. Credits.
Yeah. Let's get some shots of a guy riding a motorbike.
Oh, God.
Fuck me, like instantly. This film looks terrible. I bear in mind we all watched this legally this time, so
Yeah,
this was all on Amazon Prime. So this is the best quality possible you can get.
It is.
And yeah, you can tell it's being filmed straight onto videotape. There's no lighting whatsoever.
I think it's like Super 8 or something like that. We're talking top-end holiday camera.
Yes,
Yeah.
From 1995.
But I think the first camera I ever had was of this quality. It was like that Mini 8 sort of camera going on.
Yeah. And
Piss week, basically.
Piss week, when
Yeah,
people move and they've got stripy shirts on, you can see all the crazy lines on their shirts going nuts on the camera. That's how you know it's fucking dirt cheap.
Well, even I've even got a note here. You can see fuzz dancing in the sky. It's so fucking low quality.
It doesn't know what to do with the information.
Yeah.
And are we introduced to our fucking awesome lead at this point? Is that correct?
We are, yes.
Well, let me tell you something, mate. I am funny. I've got a bike, and I'm funny. And the ladies fucking love it, apparently.
Well, we get,
so.
off the bat here as well, we get like a lot of, I would say an unnecessary amount of Sherlock Holmes, Hound of the Baskervilles references, where they're like,
Oh, God.
Isn't he called, like, when we meet the police guy for the first time, there's a Holmes and Watson reference. I'm like, guys, this is not it. Don't set yourself this bar.
It's CineMortuary rule number 257 is if your film is bad, don't reference other media or films that are better.
Yes.
If you film shit, don't put a Batman poster in the background.
Yeah.
You're going to make me think of Batman.
Yeah. I'm going to want to watch Batman instead.
Exactly.
Yeah, and so the backstory here is like basically this body was found 4 weeks after the circus had left town. Apparently, although I don't think this is ever mentioned again. No, it's just like
There was a circus, and we'll leave that at that.
yeah.
Cool.
But at the same time, a lady disappeared who I'm not even sure she gets referenced again, really. But this dead body, they think it was a wolf killed him.
Yeah. What I like about this whole setup with the dead body, it's referred back to a few times throughout the film. The thing I like most about it is it has absolutely jack shit to do with anything that happens. The body is completely irrelevant.
Yeah.
Completely.
Yeah.
Fucking useless.
I think the exchange is, yes, mate, took it to the mortician. He says a wolf did it. Really? Yeah, but like a 9-foot wolf? So not a wolf then? Yeah.
It's a big wolf.
Like a big wolf. A big old boy.
Bigger than one that exists. Right. Can you tell him he's fucking fired if he don't figure out what did it properly, though? For real.
It's two wolves stood on top of each other with a jacket on.
With a pocket watch.
Well, I like the old pimp hat going on.
And immediately after that, our Aussie drifter, gets a job in a bar by just, I think, being
Funny.
By being funny.
And everyone's suddenly Australian, which is quite funny. Because, a lot of the actors kind of try and repress their Australian accents and do American throughout. But then they lapse quite badly into Australian quite a few times, which is very, very funny stuff.
I've literally in my notes just called him Aussie all the way through. I think his actual name's Ted, but he just gives up very, very quickly so he can go through all his comedy stylings.
Yeah. The thing I notice from this point, which haunts me more than anything else throughout the rest of this film, is the soundtrack, which is rough, Dave.
It's definitely rough. It gets even rougher when the soundtrack is louder than the people talking. And the film doesn't even care about its own plot enough. It's rough, isn't it? It certainly is. There might be one listener out there that will get a reference to Jan Terry. I'll play you boys some Jan Terry after this.
Okay.
She's a country and western singer. All the music sounds like this. Marilyn Manson thought she was so funny he took her on tour with her. She's a 4-foot tall woman that sings country.
I think, I look forward to hearing her work.
Interesting.
The sound recording on this generally is pretty grim. Like, some of the dialogue is like, I mean, we joked about my recording on my iPhone, but I mean, it's not as bad as this.
No. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt. Back in my sound recording days, if I turned up and I was looking at the rushes and they fucking looked like this, I would put in about this much effort.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
No point in pulling a muscle for shit, is there?
And just at some point, it's complete to putting no sound effects whatsoever or anything like that.
Oh, no, we don't need those.
No. Fuck that.
So basically, it seems that Ted, who is the director and writer and producer and editor, he's pretty into himself, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
This is kind of like Vince McMahon putting himself over.
Yeah, very much so. It's very much write the theme tune, sing the theme tune behaviour here.
It is. Nice reference.
Yeah. Thank you.
And immediately, as soon as all these other bar characters come to life, I say come to life, kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean animatronics, you notice, like when you, on this podcast, we see a lot of bad acting, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But you don't really appreciate the skill even a bottom feeding actor has compared to someone that just doesn't act at all.
No.
These people are incredible. It's like, it's uncanny.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with these people almost, it looks like.
It's like the level of performance in this is very similar to an instructional video you might see in secondary school about the proper use of Bunsen burners.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. Using real pupils and stuff.
Don't set yourself on fire with this Bunsen burner. Switch it off.
Whoa, turn that down. Crikey.
Don't do what you did when we were at school where we watched an instructional video, fucked it off and then burnt magnesium with it because somehow we managed to find the magnesium.
Put your head on the fire. All right. So yeah, we've got weird, uncanny valley vibes going throughout this.
Yes.
But Teddy's really funny.
Yeah, so we've got one such joke here. They're going on about country music, and one of them says, the only thing you know about country music is the first 4 letters. Cown.
I think it's a cunt joke. But
It is a cunt joke, but it doesn't even work.
And everyone laughs at it like,
Yeah,
that's...
Oh, yeah, they say there's no O in country, I guess.
God.
Well done.
He keeps referencing this country singer.
George Jones.
George Jones.
Which I didn't check whether or not he's a real thing or not.
Can do, with the power of laptop.
Yeah.
Power of laptop compels you. Sorry.
While you're doing that, while this is all going on, all this funny stuff in the bar, we get like a side thing with the local priest and the policeman, I believe, recapping what I believe is one of the older Howling films.
Yes.
Where they basically say, oh yeah, they're killed by a werewolf, and then they go on about how 500 years ago, when there was lots of candles and an increased production value, the Inquisition believed Satan had taken over this mysterious castle in, I think it's supposed to be in Hungary somewhere.
Yes, it is, yeah.
And they burnt it, they tried to burn it down, but the fire always mysteriously went out and blah, blah, blah.
I've got it.
Oh, yeah.
It's another joke, guys.
Oh, God.
So
What's the George Jones?
George Jones's most famous song is Howling at the Moon, which they didn't actually put in this film.
I'm dying with laughter here. Fucking Jesus.
Fuck me. Right. Okay. And while all this explanation's going on, we get a funny montage. Where when the
fucking honky tonk piano music,
where Ted gets to do stuff like look like he's gonna push a truck, but he doesn't. He wears a sombrero and he drinks in unison with his new bar pals.
Oh, they do have that weird sombrero thing, don't they?
Yeah.
It's just lads' banter, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've all been to Chiquitos for a meal deal.
Yeah.
And then there's a big joke about how Ted's wearing a purple shirt, therefore he must be gay.
Now, there is something I would like to flag up here. I'm going to make a big old note of this. As Team America taught us all, montage is to show a passage of time.
Yes.
Which occurs here, correct? We have a passage of time of Ted getting to know the locals.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the start of the montage, you go through, let's say, a period of, let's say, 2 months, sake of argument. At the end of the montage, you are 2 months forward in time in the story, correct?
Correct.
So one of two things has either happened here.
Yeah.
Either there's been quite a big continuity mistake,
Okay.
or this film's trying to tell me that the vicar dude and the police dude have been talking about Hungary for the entire 2 month period without changing clothes.
Honestly, watching those scenes, it felt like 2 months. I'd take it to believe he's just been in there longer than when we record 3 podcasts back to back to back.
Back to back to back.
Yeah, it's like they've decided to do a 30 podcast recording session in one go.
So no wonder the policeman
The
policeman
policeman
officer
is just basically,
he's like, I'm bored of this story now. Can you cut to the chase? No wonder he's been in there 2 fucking months, I guess.
Yeah.
It's
just like
bigger than the Hound of the Baskervilles. What is that? That is such an abstract concept. Just imperial or metric. Just give me something. Is it a car? Is it half a car? A scooter?
We get it.
He's big.
You like making fucking Hound of the Baskervilles references. Jesus.
Elementary.
Oh, dear. Agony.
So after all this bollocks, we sort of get to like our first big point where, from the, I guess it's supposed to be the point of view of a werewolf, which, bearing in mind the way it's been coloured, you can't see a fucking thing. It's all bright red. It's Virtual Boy colour.
It is.
Yeah.
Very good. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. But it also looks like what someone like in a student film would make Jupiter look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can't see a thing, and basically this camera dances around a deer and a few other farm animals.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
I mean, Michael Myers stalking Annie Brackett in Halloween 1. This is fucking not.
It's not quite, is it?
No.
No.
Good lord.
It's trying something. And then for the next 30 minutes, I think they bang on about a deer getting scared.
Yes.
And then Ted makes some jokes about it. And all the while, he's making these jokes and shrugging it off. And you're like, Ted, mate, is you the werewolf, though? Because you turned up at this time, didn't you? And you've got long, beautiful, flowing hair that changes colour halfway through. And werewolves also ride motorcycles and live in Australia. So, I'm thinking Ted spooked a deer.
Right. Got ya.
If we were to go Cluedo on this.
Could be. I feel like Cluedo in this is a bit of a mistake. It's a bit like someone walking into a shop and pulling out a shotgun and shooting the customer next to him, and then trying to do a Cluedo type investigation as to who might have committed that crime.
Oh my god, what happened?
He's got an arm off.
The other thing that makes Ted look suspicious as well is at the end of one night at the bar, he kicks out a drunk who it turns out that he knows from way back when. And he basically instantly gets it.
Yeah, the drunk gets it, doesn't he?
Yes, he does, yeah.
Does he have a fight with Ted and Ted shivs him, or does a werewolf get him?
The werewolf gets him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who might be Ted?
Who might be Ted, yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And but I think he must have been distracted because for whatever reason during all this, a lady gets her tits out, and but this is the guy that sort of looks like Dave Meltzer. But there's my wrestling reference from the week. Yeah. He gets it from the wolf, but you can't see fuck all because it's through Virtual Boy vision.
It is also worth noting that the priest's still telling this fucking story intercut throughout all of this.
Yeah, and. Yeah, because bloody hell, I'm on my second page of notes, and bear in mind we're about halfway through now, somehow.
Getting there, clocking on.
Yeah.
Clocking on.
And
Pizza in the oven soon, come on.
And another guy saying, 3 years to the day, fancy that, since the Hungarian castle burnt down. That'll be when the werewolf has developed full developed strength. And it coincides with a full moon as well. And they'll get an awesome new power, get equipped with, I don't know, Rush Jet or something, who fucking knows.
It sounds like
it's legit better than theirs, then.
I was going to say, it sounds like you're talking shit. That's pretty much word for word, mate.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Speaking of terrible acting, so the low bar of this film is a character we get introduced to here, who is Sybil, who forgets stuff, and it's implied that she has some kind of, like mental block of when she's done things.
Right,
Alzheimer's, perhaps.
Yeah.
And her husband just takes the piss out of her for it, and she literally turns to the camera and goes, "Oh no, I didn't realise I had done that."
Mate.
Killed me, mate.
I think up to this point, I counted 10 or 12 people looking down the barrel of the camera. Obviously, hers was intentional.
Yeah.
But just people looking around the room, and they just go straight down the camera. Like, what do I say next?
Yeah.
Terrified fucking people.
Fucked it. Useless.
Yeah, because the next scene I've got here, bear in mind the band plays so often. There's like a band.
It's the owner of the bar, isn't it?
It's like the owner of a bar, and he's always on. And it's not. They don't even like cut short musical performance like to say, "Oh yeah, they're playing in the background." We've established that. Then we go into a scene. We have like a minute or two first.
Yeah.
Of them playing this really generic country music.
But then it keeps cutting to like this barn area. It's like the band seems to almost feels like stock footage, although those people are in the film, and then there'll just be some scenes in a barn with people line dancing in the dark,
Yeah.
in darkness. You know, what the fuck's going on here? This is so weird.
It just never ends either, the music.
No.
The gig. It's like a Pink Floyd gig. I mean, it's great, but it fucking goes on for ages.
Thing is, and I've just thought this now. I bet you if you re-edited the soundtrack to it and added a couple of flashes, it's Twin Peaks.
Not the first Twin Peaks reference I'm going to make.
Yes.
But yeah. Also, on a sad note, the old bloke who's doing the singing died before this came out.
Oh, did he?
Can you imagine this being like your last thing?
Yeah.
What did he die of? Shame.
I think he's just fucking ancient.
Just this film finished him off. Oh, God.
It could have done, yeah. It wouldn't surprise me. It fucking nearly finished me off.
The first person to die from literally shitting for bed.
Yeah.
While watching the last film.
Yeah. And then do we get introduced to, is it Cheryl, who's on to Ted, or suspects Ted of being a bad man?
She's on to him.
Yeah, so, I think so. We've got Cheryl, but we've also got
Sybil.
and isn't there someone called Beth at some point? And, like, there's so many...
Please shuffle your notes right next to Mike Wilson. That's
this is what I'm
you
trying to
sound
think
more
about.
official, mate. Go for it.
This is like there's a load of women in here, and they all look the same. I don't know if that sounds sexist, but I literally got confused in my notes.
I got confused.
And I thought at one point, oh, it's her, but oh no, it's actually the daughter of someone, and yep, no idea.
And then we get dropped in next. We haven't had enough Jeopardy for 5 minutes, so
No.
Ted's working the bar, and there's two blokes that call him a faggot a bit.
Yes.
Call him a faggot a bit.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
The pain, the suffering.
Yeah.
You've got long hair. That means you like willies.
I wonder if they're the next to die. Let's find out.
Yeah, but first, how about a 10-minute betting section where he does a old bloody drinking trick, where he says he's going to literally drink them under a table, and then it's just a case of
Oh,
swapping
yeah. Fucking. I thought
a
this
glass and all that lot.
I thought
And-
this was a magic trick that he was doing.
Yeah.
But he literally gets on the floor under the table where no one can see him, the camera can barely see him. He drinks a bit of beer and he comes up and he's like, well, I did it. No, you're going to have to explain that one to me.
Yeah.
That was so shit.
Yeah.
And then he lifts a hat up where the drink originally was. It's being replaced by something else. He's just like,
No, it's the same drink.
It's the same drink. The point of the gag was that he bet the guy he could drink that without moving the hat that was on top of it. So he took a swig under the table, got caught out, and the guy was like, fuck you, that beer's still there. He lifted his hat, and then he drank it without touching the hat because the other guy moved it. Huh.
he's so funny.
That was the gag.
Isn't he funny? I'd fuck him. I'd let him fuck me. Cool guy.
Yeah. He looks like a shit Tim Roth.
Yeah.
When you get your Tim Roth off wish.
Then we get a
one
very...
turns up.
Is the next thing that happens, we get another Red Death situation.
We do, yes.
Good, good.
Yeah, but you said this is one of the guys from a bar that gets it. So it could be Ted who's the wolf.
Could be dead, to be fair.
Yeah.
He is having a nightmare, as evidenced in the next scene when he's trying to get off with his woman that he's met, and she turfs him out because he's just not ready for that kind of relationship.
Just not ready for that kind of relationship, whatever kind of relationship that is.
Is this Cheryl?
Cheryl? Cheryl?
No, I think Cheryl's the one that suspects him, isn't she? I didn't get the name of his...
Oh, it's Beth. Is it Beth?
Beth. Or is it
Beth?
Wendy? It's Wendy.
Then who's Tina?
I'm just going to refer to her as his missus
Yeah.
from this point onwards.
Bit on side.
Bit on side.
So, after more singing and more square dancing, we're literally an hour in now, and this is a 18-minute film.
Yeah. Just
So-
want to remind you that I got you guys some sealed trading cards from the early 90s, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much for those.
Sorry, just wanted to remind you about that.
Yeah. Shall I read the back of one of my cards?
It just means we're gonna have to come back to this film either way, but please do read it.
Bruce Wayne keeps trying to help Dick Grayson, but Dick refuses to be helped. Yeah, the young man senses something about Bruce that does interest him, especially after he spies Alfred disappearing through a secret door of a foyer.
Dick jokes.
Nice.
It was a bit homoerotic though, wasn't it?
Yeah, so
I don't know
anyway,
who it was, yeah.
the bar dickheads get the tag out.
They do.
Then some locals find the bodies and there's more bad acting. And they're like, shall we just cover them up and leave it and say
Yeah,
that
what the
nothing
fuck?
happened?
What the fuck? I was sat there like, hang on a minute. What fucking dark shit has this town got going on where you can't just call the police and tell them you found a dead body? What the fuck have you lot done in the past?
Well, they'll never win Village of the Year, will they?
No, they won't. No. You're good. It's just like, I think we should bury him. Yeah. Let's not make it an hassle. I mean, someone has died though, love.
Yeah. 2 people, quite violently.
Yeah.
Well, hey ho. Anyway, more banter at the bar, and apparently there's dirt in the chili. So this gets like suddenly there's a thing about chili for about 10 minutes where like, oh, there's dirt in the chili, and then there's a scene like 2 scenes time where there's like they all nick a bit of chili out of the pot.
Well, there's dirt in this.
Yeah, and then there's another bit where, wouldn't you know it, funniest man in the world, our leading man,
Big Ted.
pulls a little prank, doesn't he, where he gives one of the lads some of his chili to eat, but he's made it super strong and he's farting all the way into the bar and clears the bar out.
Speaking of sound effects added in post,
Yeah.
it's almost like they didn't tell the actor that they were going to do this because he doesn't sell it or
No.
anything. He just walks and they put fart noises on. Like, I don't find that funny. Kids probably at a push might not find it funny. Aliens wouldn't find it funny. He's deaf. He didn't find it funny. What did you think of it, mate? What did you think? Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
It's fucking rubbish, and it woke me up for that.
yeah.
Oh dear. Fellow listeners, Dave's cat is looking less than impressed with the fact he's just been woken up.
Yeah.
Ah.
There we go. Everyone look at the cat, ignore the film.
Yeah. Beautiful Mamba.
So there's more country music here. I mean, this has to be the worst soundtrack we've had, bar none.
I think so. Yeah, in terms of just like attrition,
Yeah,
I've had enough.
yeah, I'd had enough after 10 minutes.
Yes. Yeah. I think it's easy to say now that in terms of the construction of a film being put together, this is easily the worst thing we've ever watched. Because all the other shits that we've come across, you can easily say it resembles a film.
Yeah.
Very niche reference for you, Wilson.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the interactive sensation that was Plumbers Don't Wear Ties?
Yes. Yeah. Angry video game nerd.
Why would
So,
you? Why would you cut me out of this conversation, guys? Would you dare to assume that I wouldn't know what you were talking about here?
I might presumed to have assumed. Yeah.
You do continue.
Arguably one of the worst video games of all time.
Yeah.
It's basically a movie
Right.
where every 10 minutes you get to make a choice. Does he ask her to take her clothes off, or does he answer the door to his mother?
Ooh, tough one. We've all been there.
Yeah, and the end is basically the same the entire time. It's got a couple of porn actresses in.
Okay.
And the guy is vaguely a plumber, and he wears a tie in the credits.
That's right, yeah.
And it's one of the worst things basically ever constructed. And it's just reminding me what this film reminds me of is one of the other worst things of all time. There we
So
go.
if this should have been released on a 3DO, it would have been far better.
Yeah.
It should have been. Yeah, that's where it belongs.
It may be Sega CD out, very, very big push.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I'm going to try and push on 2 scenes further into this hell.
Please do. Skip a
Um,
couple if you want.
So, the next thing we have is, I believe Marie calls the priest and asks him to come over because she wants to talk about her suspicions. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Who's Marie?
She's another one of the women. The women are all getting suspicious.
God, my... Look,
So, yeah, exactly. Then my next note was, please let the music end, I beg. Then after that, I've written, Ted and his missus have a dance. He finally gets lucky.
Nice.
No rummage rating.
Yeah.
no.
Piss poor.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Can't even have a rummage.
No.
NA, not applicable.
Yeah. Ted leaves the motel with a dodgy bag and throws it in the bin.
Yes, of course. And instantly some dogs, even though this bin is absolutely full of shit, they decide to gravitate towards this bag with a shirt in.
Yeah.
I was going to say it's full of his shit shirts.
Yeah. And now they are suspicious that Ted might be the killer.
Oh.
And Then there's... I'm just going to read my notes verbatim. Then there's a paper with the missing girl and something with Ted. I don't know. Fuck. Boring. Cheryl and her husband. I think it's Cheryl.
Cheryl Cole in this?
I wish.
In a flashback, go to mountains where some wolf broad is horny for her husband. Then husband melted. And then the wolf pack burns. Whatever. Husband's dead now anyway. Here's another song.
Nice. Thank you for skipping over that 10 minutes for me.
And this song's introduced as well with, if you know the words, sing along. It's like, no, I don't.
Just sat there eating a whole chocolate fudge cake to myself. Like, you guys carry on, I'll join in a bit.
And I think that pretty much gets us to the point, and if it doesn't, let's just say it does.
Yeah.
Where the only thing that I actually enjoyed about this film happens, where they're all, believe it or not, at the start of the scene, the locals are all singing around the campfire, and Ted, for some reason, decides to play one of his music tapes, which you kind of alluded to throughout the film. But he plays one of his recordings instead that he's been making of him slacking them all off, and you get to watch all the slack-jawed, knobhead locals think, is he talking about me? That was the only
is he?
That was the only thing I enjoyed about the film, and then he was like, sorry, you weren't supposed to hear that, guys. My bad.
And it's happened to be in a George Jones cassette box because nobody knows what he's talking about, and that's a running joke as well.
Yep.
So at this point, I was like, hang on a minute. So is he scoping it out for like a pack of werewolves, or is he working for the FBI trying to catch a werewolf? And I don't think there's actually any end point or reason for making these tapes.
No, this is the explanation he gives in a minute when he's arrested by the cops. Spoiler.
Yeah.
But it's not alluded to why he's actually here.
No.
Yeah.
He's just a drifter, man.
Yeah.
He's just drifting in and out.
He just cycled into town, got a job at a bar, did a bunch of crap skits. There was a bloody shirt.
He rode into town and he left again.
Yeah.
The bloody shirt that was never explained either, I don't think. It's just like, well, you know.
No. Yeah, I mean, maybe it was the dead guy's shirt, but then why would you take the shirt with you?
Yeah.
Just leave it with a dead body.
So basically, the long and the short of it is that everyone now thinks that Ted is the bad man, and he gets arrested. He gets grabbed by a deputy and taken to a barn. They have a little bit of a rumble, and Ted legs it. Police dude chases, and we have the inspector interrogate. No, we don't. The police dude gets the tag, does he? I think.
Yes. So another a wolf appears again and tags out the policeman officer. So we sort of like know at this point it is not Ted.
Yes.
As such a relief, you know, the adrenaline was pumping all the way through, thinking, no, it can't be Ted. I care so much about this film.
Can't have a heel turn from Ted, I can't tell.
I know, and thankfully, at the last minute, great storytelling. It's not him. Hallelujah. Meanwhile, the detective and priest are still talking. Bear in mind, we're like, 75 minutes in now?
We are.
And the detective, the father keeps saying, oh, it's Ted, he's definitely the killer. And then the detective turns and says, well, hang on a minute, weren't there reports from the Vatican 4 years ago about this shit and he didn't do anything?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, make that reference.
Let's throw the fucking Vatican into there out of absolutely fucking nowhere.
And these two bellends are still squabbling on, and we're literally about 7 minutes towards the end of this film.
Which is great news, by the way, that we're 7 minutes.
Yes, that is wonderful. Yeah.
So, with Ted on the run from the townsfolk now, Ted finds himself... Someone attacks him, I don't know, I don't care. But Cheryl, I think it's Cheryl, appears and she realises like Ted's hiding in an attic because you got to be funny while you're on the run.
Absolutely.
And she gets him into her car and off they go.
Well, one thing, sorry Wilson, just to interject for a second, one thing I have to just comment on that I noticed about the scene beforehand with the police inspector dude is he's been fucking useless the entire time. He's just been listening to some crazy vicar talk, and then out of nowhere he suddenly fucking turns into Hercule Poirot and decides to like fucking right, let's get everyone together. I've cracked the code of this. Sorry, I just had to make my point about how he's done nothing in the entire film, and then he's suddenly fucking world's greatest inspector.
He's never got out of a fucking chair.
And, probably because he can't. He's about fucking 600.
Especially not William Shatner to play this one.
Yeah.
You don't need to stand up. Deal.
I heard a lovely story about William Shatner the other day on an audiobook. Speaking of audiobooks, the sponsor for this now. It's
10% off when... Nah.
I'm listening to the first volume of the 50-Year Journey, which is the entire history of Star Trek, basically. And they've just got on to talking about William Shatner. And basically, the guy that wrote the book did a film with William Shatner where he plays himself, and him and some other guys play some obsessive Trekkies. And the idea is that William Shatner is more fucking weird than they are, which is true. And they went to Cannes with William Shatner to put this film over. And William Shatner gets a bit of a crowd around him near a beach sort of thing. And there's like 40, 50 people that recognise he's the Shat. So what he does is he takes this bomber jacket he's got, he takes it off, and he just starts doing a speech about how he got it from a thrift store in America, but inside were the documents of a World War II soldier who landed on these very French shores. And he's now returning the jacket to France, and he gives it to someone.
Oh my lord.
And then the filmmakers are like, why didn't you mention that jacket? That's really fucking good. Oh, I made it up. Just made it up. Just made it up. The jacket's brand new. Fucking idiot.
In other news, just to slightly put off finishing this film.
Yes, mate.
Film 4 have very recently been showing, they've been having a marathon of all of the Star Trek films.
Oh, goodness.
All day, every day, this week, just gone. So they will all be on the All 4 streaming service for some time to come as a result of that.
Nice. What's your favourite Star Trek film, Rob?
My favourite Star Trek film, I'm not allowed to comment because
He hasn't seen them.
it'll upset everyone.
No, go for it.
Well, Wrath of Khan
Yeah,
and Can't Take Into Darkness.
that's fine. It's basically a remake of Wrath of
but
Khan, so it's all good.
Yeah,
It's the same film.
It's the only interesting story in the Star Trekiverse. Sorry. But I don't know because I've only seen a couple of them. I've seen the original, the very first one.
Oh, fucking hell, that's a slog.
It is.
And I think that's why I didn't watch any of the rest of them because I was like, Star Trek first one's got to be a classic.
Yeah.
And I think I fell asleep.
Yeah, that's fair. Wrath of Khan is the best one, though, so you're done right there.
I've obviously seen the one we did for this podcast.
Wilson, what's your favourite?
Star Trek.
Is it the one with the whales? The one with the whales is fun.
No, I do like Wong Wells, though. In all fairness, I completely blanked on its name. Not Star Trek 6 Undiscovered
Country.
Yeah, it's Star Trek 6. Yeah. That's easily my favourite.
Masterful. Yeah.
And the saying going, of even numbered ones are good and other odd numbered ones are shit is very true, actually.
Yeah, harsh but fucking true. Yeah.
Speaking of harsh, should we wrap this pitch?
Yes, let's wrap this bitch up.
So Cheryl, Beryl, Meryl, whatever she's called.
Mary Lou.
Is it?
Could be.
That's a real name, that, as is revealed from the flashback to the incident in Hungary.
It's over.
Yeah. So
I was concentrating. All right. I was concentrating. So yeah, let's say she's Mary Lou now.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's the werewolf, Swerve. Yeah. So she's taking Ted with her in a car, but she's got a gun with her anyway. Yeah. And so she's gonna eliminate him after framing him for reasons. Don't know, don't care.
Does she love him though, or?
I thought it was someone else. Right. Oh no, or was it? No,
I thought she had a bit of a thing for him. I don't know. I don't really care. We don't need to carry this on.
No. Yeah. Anyway, as it turns out, because everyone loves Ted and they all love his jokes, this all turns out to be one great big ruse, even though a policeman officer got killed along the way.
Yes.
Don't know. So when she reveals everything, he opens the door and everyone's outside with the guns pointed out ready, just oh, we fooled you. So she turns into the worst looking werewolf I've seen in quite a while.
Ooh. It's the worst transformation I've ever seen in any film ever.
It's less than Animorphs, this is.
It looks like the mascot for Download Festival, that dog.
Oh, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Shit.
It is absolutely shit transformation, and it jumps out the door. So bear in mind, 85 minutes in, this is finally an appearance of an actual werewolf. Gets shot dead.
Yeah.
Finn.
Well, not just yet.
Oh,
There's another musical number. Finn.
thank you. That is that.
And that transformation was done on a free bit of software that you could get for Windows 95, I'll point out.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah. There was a pro version, which was actually used in the industry and was used for a lot of things. It was used in Species as well.
Yeah.
And they still use that software now. It still keeps getting patched and updated for basic... like, even when they do de-aging tech, they actually use it to blend skin tones. It's like 30-year-old software, but they still use it. And there is a free version you can use where you get one clip and another clip, and it just does that, and it spits out an MPEG,
Yeah.
which was this.
What I'd love is if Clive it was just a bit of a cheapskate and they just said trial version in the middle of the screen.
It wouldn't fucking surprise me. They gave it away with magazines at one point, so yeah. Oh, crikey. Just fucking... We don't need it. It's wank. It's terrible. Has the film ended now?
It's ended. Thank fuck for that. Welcome back, everyone.
I've enjoyed talking about it more than I did watching it, which wasn't hard, was it, really?
Well,
No.
no.
So, yeah, that is the Howling 7 Mysterious Woman /
Moon,
New Moon
New
Rising.
Moon Rising, yes.
Yeah.
New Blood Rising, something. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. Wow. It's incredible. It's mind-blowing. It's... did you say it was the same director that directed the previous two?
Yeah.
And those look like real films, don't they?
Well, a little bit.
They were
More than this.
Yeah, more than this, yeah.
by comparison. Yes,
Yeah.
it looked competent.
Like, don't get me wrong, they look like the cheaper early 90s Cradle of Filth music videos, but, like, they are better than what we've just seen.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
being shot at is better than what we've
I was
just
waiting
seen.
for it. Yeah, it's definitely one of the worst things I've ever seen, without a doubt. And it's on Amazon Prime,
Yes.
with a lot of the worst things I've ever seen.
So at least I didn't have to pay for it or
No.
have to bother to make any effort to acquire it.
Yes. Rob, shall I get your closing thoughts?
Yes, it was fucking rubbish. Those would be my closing thoughts.
Any more?
I mean, the music was extremely grating.
We're at 48 minutes so far. So
That's
feel
fine.
free to pad this out like they did.
We'll just put a few clips in, it'll be fine.
Copyright.
You got to do it, Dave. You got to do it. You got to do it. Yeah, I mean, the soundtrack and all the musical bits were pretty appalling. The acting was pretty appalling. I mean, I did have a couple of like moments where I laughed, where I might lavish a kernel of popcorn, maybe two on for them. Such as the transformation at the end, which did get a massive pop out of me. I love the fact that anything that looked competent in the film was a flashback to one of the previous two. And I love the fact that the inspector seemed to be something like the oldest policeman in the history of policemen. He was looked like he was fucking 5,000 years old.
And he was angry to be in the film, it looked like.
Yeah. Well, why wouldn't you be? I suppose. So yeah, those were my final thoughts.
I'll go next. I was describing it earlier to someone that if David Lynch had written Twin Peaks and then he'd handed it to a TV director, say a seasoned veteran who had directed 3 episodes of TJ Hooker or Starsky and Hutch and didn't know what the fuck he'd been given, this is what would have come out. Like,
Fair.
yeah,
Fair.
completely failing on every target that you would be asked to hit to make a film. This is it. Self-indulgent, just nonsense, writing yourself as the best character who's really cool and everyone loves him, is agonizing to watch. It's an ego project. It reminded me of Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, so that's one popcorn. Yeah, I have seen better Sega CD games, like Revenge of Frankenstein, starring Tim Curry, on the Sega CD, was better than this. Niche reference.
Yeah, it did exactly what I wanted it to, though, which I'm hoping it gets around 10 from everyone. But if it doesn't, there's going to be severe bollocks, and I'm going to set him loose on someone. Aren't I? Yeah. Wilson.
The only thing going for it in not being the worst film I've ever seen for this podcast is it's mercifully short compared to a couple of the others.
What's the worst film you've ever seen?
It still exists too.
Yes!
Fair, okay.
Yeah, because the thing is, that's absolutely boring, but it's also 2 hours long. This is absolutely boring, but it's only 85 minutes long.
Okay, yeah.
And I could easily distract myself and do other stuff and type absolute bollocks on my notes as well. I don't think I've seen that many films on this level of sheer incompetence. Just it fails on every single level.
Yes.
And funny you say about the whole ego project, because this reminds me of a film which I'm not sure if you've heard of it. You might have heard of it if you watch OSW Review on YouTube. But
I do not, no.
No, which is like a wrestling podcast, obviously. But they do a few films at times. And one time they reviewed the first and only ever Irish kung fu film called Final Deviation.
Excuse me, what? Say that again so I can take notes.
Yeah, Final Deviation. I'll send you a link later on, which is on that level. It is an appalling ego project that fundamentally fails at doing everything.
Okay.
And I take it like this film, Final Deviation, as well. The whole purpose of that film was to get the guy who started it bigger, get roles in Hollywood, the guy wanted to be the next Stallone or something like that.
Yeah.
I get a feeling this guy here, he was aiming for Saturday Night Live or something like that. Just with the amount of sketches going on.
Yeah.
And he has no comic timing whatsoever. He is just bollocks at everything. If he's listening, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Oh my God. No need to make it that fucking personal. It is shit though, mate.
Yeah,
honestly.
And he is very terrible at it.
Yeah,
really shit.
Yeah, there's projects we worked on at college when we were doing A-level film. Granted, they were only 10 minutes long, but they're better than this.
Yes.
You know what I mean? All of those A-level film projects that probably came out this year about the pandemic, that all open with a student waking up in his room and hitting the snooze button on his clock. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are better than this.
Yeah. All those films back in our day set in cemeteries, better than this.
Yeah.
Cemeteries in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All those music videos back then set to My Chemical Romance and Fall Out Boy, better than this.
Clive Turner, Wilson has dug you a substantial grave. Please fill it. Goodness me.
Triple H can only dream of a burial I've just given.
You don't deserve a good Christian burial. Goodness me.
He's getting the Carlito 2004 treatment here, is what he's getting.
Goodness me. Fucking hell. Has he done anything since?
I hope not.
He's got to have done something. It was the 90s. Before people saw this, he probably, with that little camera setup he had, he's probably made something else before people got wind of it.
Dole Q, is that something else?
Shots fired. Fly ice to burned areas.
I've dropped my gyro.
Clive Turner areas. I'm just on a quick look now.
Big dick energy.
Oh my word. Okay. So he did one film. Oh no, he was the producer on that. Hang on. Let me just see if he directed it.
Still fucking counts.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
So this was his last film as a director. Actually, he only did The Howling 4 and this one. But anywho, he produced one more film after this, which was... Well, it was Lawnmower Man 2 Beyond Cyberspace.
Oh shit, yeah, that's what I remember now. Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah,
you fucking buried yourself. Right, so I had some popcorns. Go on, Rob.
Okay, so... I'm going to give this 2 turds, which 2 popcorns, sorry. That would have been a swerve, wouldn't it?
Sheer conviction on your face.
I should have just stuck with that.
There's 2 turds, you're going to fucking listen why. Right, okay.
Right, we've got 50 minutes left for me to explain myself. Sorry, yes, 2 popcorns.
Okay.
Which puts it on the same level in my mind as if I booted up Microsoft Encarta 1995 now. I would enjoy it approximately as much.
Installed. Sorry.
Yes, so that It's fucking rubbish. It had two moments of rubbishness that I did pop slightly for, which was the Redder vision, which I did have a little laugh at, and of course the horrendous transformation at the end.
Absolutely.
I'll give it 2 popcorns.
No popcorn for the chili jokes?
Nah. Let's not push the boat too far out
Got
now.
you a pack of cards, motherfucker.
That's true. Turds, 10.
Okay. 2
2
out of 10.
out of 10. I mean, I'm not going to see a shitter film than this. This is so. I think I've given 3 10s, which is this, Troll 2, and The Exorcist 2.
Yeah.
You know, that's the level.
That's a high pantheon to be in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's god tier shizer. So those would be my popcorns and turds.
Okay, I'll go next. Well, it's 10 turds, isn't it? Really,
It's got to be.
it's just there's no way. Popcorns. Yeah, I think a 2 as well for the transformation, and I did crease up laughing every time. I don't know the character's name, but the fat lad with the cowboy hat and the glasses. Every time he dropped a joke, the camera stuck around on him for a little bit too long.
Yeah.
And that just creased me every time. So 2 popcorns there. It is fucking dire, and not a dire wolf. It's just dire. Willie.
Turds 10.
Yes.
Absolutely. Everything about it. This is the definition of shit.
Yes.
Just everything about it. You just can't look past it whatsoever.
No.
Turds. Oh, no, sorry, popcorns, I should
It's
say.
a difficult one, but
It is, yeah. Basically the same thing. Popcorns 1 because of the Batman Forever card, so I was going to give it a 0.
because I bribed you.
Yes, because I was going to say, I had this whole spiel about how I've never given a film 0 before, because my thing has always been, it's got to be a 1 because at least it's a film.
At least I sat there and watched it.
Yeah,
Yes.
at least it existed. This, I'm not sure this is even a film. It's got the structure of, but I'm not sure it's actually a film.
Has it now?
Yeah.
Has it?
Yeah. But you gave me the Batman Forever card, so it's a 1, so it does exist.
Excellent. So that's 10 Shizens all round.
Yeah.
That's the third award at least wrapped up this year.
Yeah, I got that done. I can pick something good now, lads.
Well, don't tease us too much, David.
I'll try not to. There's plenty of Texas Chainsaw films post 2005 that I can pick.
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
Actually, yeah, the first Platinum Dunes one is quite good, I think.
Just don't ever pick Texas Chainsaw.
Which one is that?
That's the one that follows directly on from the original, but for some reason there's smartphones in it.
Is this the one with the criminals?
It's like 2011, 2012-ish.
Are they in a cabin and then yes?
I think so. It's one that was in 3D as well.
That was fucking boring.
That was ropey, that was.
You won't get me touching that, no. So that was the Howling 7 New Moon Rising / Mysterious Woman. Bye. Cool. No. Okay, who is next in the hot seat of porcelain?
I believe that would be me.
Oh, goody.
Yes.
And what have you picked for us off the sidewalk, Wilson?
And this time we're going for Body Snatchers from 1993. Obviously another remake or adaptation, however you want to look at it, of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think there's only one more for us to pick from that after this, isn't there?
Yeah, Daniel Craig one.
2007?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that existed, to be fair. So
Yeah. It's just called The Invasion.
Yeah.
Oh,
they
okay.
just take a little bit out of the title each time.
yeah, until the last one's going to be called In.
Yeah. Or Body.
Just
Yeah.
body, yeah.
Just B.
Yeah.
Cool. So, thank you for joining us. And next time, please do join us again, if you want. You don't have to. For Body Snatchers 1993. Bye, Rob.
Bye, Dave.
Still getting used to this people in a room thing. Bye, Wilson.
It's good to be back. Or is it?
And it's a bye-bye from Mamba. It does pick up. And it's bye-bye from me.
Oh,